what should I call you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jose.
Jose. I have a question for you. You say that you never say mean things to her, but does she feel that mean things are being said to her? In other words, it's not always what you say, it's how they hear you. Is it possible that she feels hurt by some of the things that you're saying and you're not aware of that? Could that be?
No, because I grew up. My mother taught us to be very respectful to young ladies. You
Okay,
know.
I hear you sound like you sound like a respectful man to me. You do. But what I'm saying, Jose, is that sometimes we say things, or sometimes we have a look on our face without realizing it, and other people might be offended by it. I don't know if you ever, a friend of yours almost bumps into you in the street, and you're thinking about something, and you don't even see him, and you don't say hello. You weren't meaning to be disrespectful, but he might have felt disrespected by you that you didn't say hello, even though it wasn't intentional. So, is it possible? How about if you asked her? Can you say to her, honey, I'm wondering if I ever talked to you in a disrespectful or hurtful way? What would happen if you said that to her, Jose?
Well, I tell her, listen, do I ever say anything mean to you like that? Do I ever talk to you like that? And say anything like, sometimes we joke around with each other, but like sometimes like she overdoes it, like and she don't know that it really hurts me. I don't let her see it, you know,
Why don't you let her see when you're hurt, Jose?
because then it's because I don't want her to think that just that she think that I'll be faking, but deep down inside me, I really be hurt, though.
Okay. Well, Jose, this is exactly what we were talking about. So stay with me for a minute, Jose, all right?
All right then.
Uh, Most people, when they get hurt in a relationship, they either respond with anger, which is retaliation. I'm going to turn this down a bit. They're going to respond with retaliation, or what they're going to do is they're going to hide their feelings. They're going to suppress them. But what they're doing, aren't they sort of keeping? They're keeping the other person from knowing what they're feeling. So I wonder, Jose, if you showed that you were hurt, or you said that you were hurt, would she care?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think she will. I think she will care.
All right. So I have a suggestion for you, Jose,
Yeah, go ahead.
and let me know if it works. The next time she says something or does something that hurts you, say to her, honey, I don't know if you meant that, but it kind of hurt. Say it the way I'm saying it with a smile, as opposed to, honey, I don't know if you know that, but when you said that, that really hurt. No, say it with a part of a smile and see what happens. See what happens. See if she responds to that.
Yeah. Is
And
that your
another,
phone doing that? Is that kind of noisy?
what's that?
That's your phone. It was like kind of noisy.
I can't hear you, Jose.
Your phone, like it was making some kind of noises or something.
Yeah, I know. It might be from your end though. You might be too close to the TV.
Oh no, I'm way far. I got the volume a little down.
Uh huh.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm checking my volume here in the studio. It's okay? Okay. So Jose, try that, and I'll give you a suggestion before I let you go, before I have to go, is ask her in a kind and respectful way, honey. I'm not. We know that I'm not perfect, so let me know if I ever say or do things that are disrespectful or hurtful. I would want you to let me know. Would you do that, honey?
Yeah, I'll tell them.
Try that. Call me back and let me know what happens. Okay?
This is the same time, same date, or every week.
That's a great question. Yeah, folks, we're on every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. on channel 56 at Time Warner, and I have to find out where we're on the other ones. But tune in to us. Let me know next week what happens, Jose.
Thank you,
And thanks
Gary.
for
You're the
calling.
best. Thank
Take
you,
care.
Gary. You're the best.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, Jose was talking exactly about what we were talking about looking hurt or saying that you're hurt. If you think back, why does it work? Can we shut that door all the way? Is it closed all the way? Okay. So when let's go back to when we were, say, 6 or 7 years old. We're in the schoolyard. Then let's say little Janie. We pull her pigtail, and she starts to cry. What does Billy do when she starts to cry? Does anyone know what Billy does when she starts to cry? He probably goes, Well, Billy might be a sadist and say, "Oh, good, I love to see you cry," or he might pull it harder, or he might say, "Cry, baby, cry, baby." But a normal type kid might feel bad. Oh, Janie, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. So what happens is you can get several responses, but if you can elicit your husband's protectiveness of you as opposed to eliciting his anger, you're way ahead, aren't you? All right, we're gonna take. You're on the air. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
I just want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Yeah, who, you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, who is the owl in the tree?
Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to let you go. Okay, so we were talking about in let's say husband and wife when he says something or does something that's hurtful. Uh, there's a good chance that if you look hurt, what will be aroused in him would be his protective instinct of you. It's almost like an automatic thing with a lot of people. So when you get angry, he'll get angry back and want to defend himself. But if you look hurt, he might feel bad that he did that, and you're arousing his fatherly instinct, his protective instinct, which is really what you want to address instead of his angry defensiveness. So it's important that to know how to look hurt. So we have another caller. Okay, we're not going to take this one. All right. So it's important to have a repertoire of looks. There are a lot of looks that you can have. There are several looks that you can have. One of my favorite looks when someone says something that's really out of place, I might go, "How does that look?" That's like, huh? And I won't have to necessarily say anything. A look sometimes alerts someone to, oh, I wonder, did I go too far? Or I wonder what happened. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. Sometimes a look, and develop a repertoire of look, perhaps in front of a mirror or in an acting class. It can be very helpful to alert people. What you want to do is you don't want to forbid the person to say another word. You don't want to slam them with knock it off. You don't want to give them commands. But your looks can say a lot about what they are going to say and do next. So you want to, in a subtle way, get them to start responding to you. So a look of hurt, a look of bewilderment gets them to think about you. And when they're thinking about you, they are thinking about you. It's great when they're thinking about you. When they're thinking about you, not in a negative way, when they're wondering about you, a lot of times they're bonding with you just from thinking about, I wonder what's on her mind. Okay, we have a caller. Yes, you're on the air. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. You have a question?
Um, I gotta say that,
Okay, can't really hear you. Gonna have to say goodbye to you. Okay. So we're talking about having the appropriate look on your face to, or the right sounding voice, the right words, the right tone of voice. It's best when you can elicit a response of non-anger, non-aggressiveness, and non-defensiveness. So you're looking hurt can make him start to think about, oh, I might have hurt her, and want to be close to you, want to make it up to you, which is a better thing than you being angry. Yeah, we have a caller out there. You're on the air. Okay, so being hurt can be more effective than being angry. Also, your anger will often trigger the other person's defensiveness. What happens when you get angry? People get angry back, people get defensive. You're not in a relationship anymore. You are reacting to each other, you're bouncing off each other, but you're not really in relationship with each other. Each one is trying to win or be right or make the other one wrong or make their point. They are not in a place of relatedness anymore. Each one is in it for themselves at that moment. So your anger can elicit the other person's defensiveness and anger. Your hurt can trigger his protectiveness, his kindness, his tenderness. So think back to when you first uh, met your husband, using that as an example. When you first started going out, You were walking in the evening, say, and you started to shiver, you were cold. What's the first thing he probably did? He probably took off his jacket and draped it over your shoulder, probably, or something like that. Or say, wait, let me get you a hot cup of tea. But he was attentive to your needs, he was protective of you, he was tender towards you. That's what happens early on in relationships. So, your hurt can trigger his protectiveness and his tenderness towards you again. You have a lot, we have a lot to do with how people respond to us. You push the right button, a lot of times you get the results attached to those buttons. Most people go through life pressing the wrong buttons and they wind up getting results that they don't necessarily want. Okay, we have a caller. We're going to take this. Hello, you're on the air.
I like to talk to Jerry.
Do you have a question?
Yes, I do got a question.
What's
Hello,
the question?
Jerry. I like to ask Jerry. Yes.
Okay, so we were talking about your hurt can trigger his protectiveness and tenderness, and excuse me, fostering his protectiveness and tenderness towards you is your job. Okay, looking at the clock here, we still have some time. We have about 4 minutes or something. Okay. I have a great bunch of engineers here. You guys ought to someday we'll get them on the camera, both of them. Without them, I don't know where I'd be. So thank you guys. They're letting me know about the time, letting me know about the callers. They're watching the caller ID to see whose calls we shouldn't take, even though some of them do slip through. So we're going to try this one. You're on the air.
Yes.
Okay. My engineer was going, don't take that call. And what do you think I did? I took that call. Okay. I have to listen to my engineers more. So it's your job. Let's talk to the woman for a moment. It's your job in a relationship to foster his protectiveness towards you, his tenderness, his caring towards you, his warmth towards you. It's your job to, on a regular basis, to bring that about. Otherwise, he's going to forget what it was like in the first couple of months of going out with you. It is your job to keep bringing this about. Okay. Should I take this call? Okay, we're going to leave that one go. So if you say that you're hurt, and he says, "Oh, I didn't mean to hurt you," what do a lot of people? How do a lot of people respond to that? They'll play it back. "Oh, honey, that hurt me. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt you. Yeah, but you do this a lot, you know." So he's apologizing, and you're not accepting the apology. You're making him feel like, "Oh, why should I ever apologize to her?" So let's play it back again the better way. "Honey, that hurts when you say that." "Oh, honey, I didn't mean to hurt you." "Oh, I know you didn't. I know how much you love me." Got 1 minute left. What you're doing is what you're bringing about is his love towards you. You're bringing that out, and you're assigning that value to him. So we have about less than a minute. All right, so next week we're going to talk a little bit more about learning to get off it quickly. We're going to talk about your apologizability quotient, which means, are you easy or hard to apologize to? Do your children have a hard time to apologize to you? Does your spouse, do your significant others have a hard time to apologize to you? If so, you're in a lot of trouble. You're not going to get a lot of apologies from them. And if you don't get apologies, what they're doing is they're practicing not caring about you and your feelings. Does that make sense? When someone does something wrong, they should apologize to you. Okay, we do have a caller. Should I take this caller? Should I not? Won't take this caller. Okay. So, folks, call in next week. We're going to talk about the apologizability quotient. And on the air up here, you can email us with any ideas that you have during the week, because that number only works 8:30 Tuesday nights when we're live on the air. This email, you can email me anytime.